Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Siddeshwar Chopra from India. So I'm very happy to be here, and it would be my privilege to take you through this wonderful healing modality, I should say. It is the latest product we have with us that is called the HIVA. HIVA is the portable healing device, basically, and it's a very powerful device. And the beauty of this device is that it is very compact and you can carry it anywhere, and you can get the treatment done. Okay, so what about the topics today? What I will be discussing today? I'll be telling you about myself, brief about myself, and then what all we'll be discussing today, and followed by the introduction or the features of this wonderful machine. Then we'll be talking majorly about what the hardware specifications, hardware, how to use, and softwares, detail of the software, and how do we use the software, how do you create programs and stuff like that. Okay, so followed by the question answer session. So I'll be keeping it very simple, and the idea behind this particular webinar is, even I have taken most material from the day-to-day questions what we have received on the Facebook group also. So I'll try to keep it as simple as possible so that everybody can come along. Okay, so about myself, I am Dr. Siddeshwar Chopra, and I have done PhD in experimental physics from one of the premier institutes of India, that is BITS Pilani. Then before that, I have done postgrad and undergrad from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Andhra Pradesh, and Bangalore campuses in India. Then after my PhD, I have 10 years of experience teaching physics at university level. Then I have also a decent amount of publications, research publications in computational nanoscience in reputed international journals. So this is just my academic credential, but apart from this, I have done a vast amount of work in energy healing. I have few certifications to my credit also. I'm a theta healing practitioner. I'm a Reiki grandmaster, access consciousness facilitator, now healing facilitator, Pairavastu consultant, and I have iridology diploma too, and then master diploma in alternative medicines. And apart from these things, I keep working at home. Even in my practice, healing practice, I use Rife frequencies, Rife research entirely. Then I work with pyramids, magnets, orgone, Keshe technology, etc. So that is just brief about my passion, I should call it, that is energy healing. And I'm very proud of my choice of working with a spooky group and the latest one, that is the HIVA. It's the powerful missile, I should say. So the content is, I'll be telling you, giving the introduction, what is HIVA, and then we'll be discussing what are the features of HIVA, then low power and high power modes, what is the difference between them, which one is used. Then we'll be talking about the hardware specifications and operation. Then what's the meaning of firmware update, when to reset the microgen, talking briefly about the installation of the software, its operation, and then we'll be getting into the details of the different modes of operation. Then how do we create or delete custom programs. Also, many people get this doubt that HIVA is not giving us any sensations. So we'll be checking, I'll be telling them how to check if microgen is working or not. So that should be the last topic of the today's webinar. And it's a very simple device, and you will enjoy the journey. That is all I can tell you, and my good wishes. So let me quickly start with the introduction. Okay, so basically what is HEVA? HEVA is the world's most advanced FDA registered portable frequency therapy device. That's the one statement. Okay, so it is FDA registered and it is a portable frequency therapy device. That is what is important. So you can call it, it can heal, it can kill, whatnot it can do. So what does it offer to us? Basically it offers, in general, it offers 4 modes. There are 4 modes of operation. The first one is called the Bob Beck blood purifier. You people must have already known what is a blood purifier and what does it do. So the first mode is basically the blood purifier, followed by the second mode, that is Hulda Clark zapper. This is also a very popular one, Hulda Clark zapper, to zap the pathogens in your body. Next one is the third mode is the microcurrent or the low power frequency mode. This is the third one. This is also suitable for above the shoulder area. So this is a very powerful mode even. The last one is the high power frequency mode. Basically, this is nothing but the Rife mode, Rife treatment mode. So that is pretty much brief about the 4 modes and what HEVA is exactly. So you see here we have written as microgen. Okay, microgen basically means microcurrent generator. That is why we called HEVA as microgen. And what's the full form of HEVA? It is health variables. Okay, it's health variables. Now, what are the brief features of HEVA? Just let me 1 minute. Take this bar down. Yeah. Okay. So the features of HEVA, I have listed these features here. Basically, as I said earlier also, it is small and portable. So what do we mean exactly by that? It fits inside the pocket. It's a very small one, It's something around 3 inches or so. That is the height. Width is around 2 inches. So it's very, very portable. And then it doesn't require external power once charged. So you don't need any external power while you are getting the treatment. Once it is charged, you are good to go. Okay, so there is no problem of continuous charging. You can charge it and enjoy. Then it has inbuilt rechargeable battery. How much battery is there? It has a lithium polymer battery. It is around 1200 mAh, milliampere hour. So it generally offers full day of treatment. Full day, 24 hours you can use it, and you can charge it from any USB port. So not an issue at all. So you can straight away connect the Type-C cable. There is a Type-C cable provided along with the HEVA. So you can connect the charging cable and then you can connect it to your phone charger, and you can connect it directly to the USB port of your laptop. Let me just tell you one thing here. Depending on the current, the phone charger or the USB port can provide, the speed of charging will vary. Okay, so the duration of the charging will vary person to person, port to port. Fine. So perhaps if you are using a powerful charger, I however do not suggest to use a very powerful charger. So you can use a phone charger up to 2 amperes at max, up to 2 amperes. So no fast charging and all those things are not required, because it doesn't take much time to charge a 1200 mAh battery, right? So 1200 mAh is a very small battery. It can get charged very easily. So it usually takes me around 1.5 hours or 2 hours at max to charge the entire battery. The next feature of the Hiva is it is simple to program and simple to run. We'll discuss how do we use the software anyways, but it is very simple to program and run Hiva. Another beauty of Hiva is it does offer a massive database. So many of you must be aware that Spooky 2 software, it provides us around 63,000 programs databases, but here in Hiva we have already reached around 50,000 programs now, thanks to John White and entire team. Okay, so you are having such a huge database of programs here in Hiva. Then it's a simple operation does mean, it's a one button operation. What we need to do is just long press the microgen and the microgen turns on and off. Fine. And then when we short press the Hiva, then it selects the different intensity level with which you want the treatment. Okay, so if you short press the power button, then basically the light starts blinking, and that blinking light tells us which intensity it is set at. Okay, so initially when Hiva turns up, it turns on, then you see the one intensity, the first light only will be blinking. So as you keep pressing that button, the power level will increase. That is the intensity level of your Hiva. Okay, how much voltage you are looking for, or how much current you are looking for. Then there is current limiting protection in Hiva. There is a short circuit protection basically, so nothing to worry about. Even if pads short each other, doesn't matter, Hiva can handle that. But okay, next one is it offers it is quite powerful. At this size you are getting a lot of power. So what do you mean by power? Basically you are getting 5 power levels starting from 10 volts running up to 60 volts. Okay, then you have onboard current monitoring for safety. We'll discuss this part later. uh, Basically the Hiva provides you, it controls the current accordingly so that you get less stinging feeling when you are going for the lower frequencies. Okay, so it is very smart in handling that. Then the frequency range of Hiva is right from 1 microhertz till 2 megahertz. So that is the frequency band of the Hiva. In this range it can provide you frequencies, and the resolution, as you can see on the screen, is up to 6 decimal places. So that accurate it can give you the frequencies. So you must appreciate how precise how precisely Hiva can generate frequencies for you. Then, as I said, there are 4 modes of operation. So here onwards I'll be calling them as LPHP, that is a low power and high power mode, then zapper and blood purifier mode. So what are the system requirements in order to use the Hiva software? What system requirements you need? Basically it needs Windows operating system. So let me tell you straight away, it needs a Windows operating system. If you are looking for using any other operating system, you will have to install a virtualware, and then you will have to again install Windows onto that. But I usually suggest go ahead only with the Windows operating system. It saves a lot of this tedious task of installing virtual operating system then. So either 32-bit or 64-bit, doesn't matter. Then RAM is not much, RAM is required. You can see here 512 MB RAM is sufficient, and the software is also quite small. It just needs 100 MB of free space, and then you need only the dual core processor at max, so that should be sufficient. So these days, we all get dual core processor at least, so that's not an issue. So this is just about the system requirement. Now, what is the low power and high power mode basically used for? The low power mode, as I said, it is called the microcurrent mode. It is ideal for helping people recover from injuries and chronic pain. So you can also call it, it's a very good gentle healing modality. So it is, it can be safely used for relaxing muscles, relieving pain and stiffness. And having said that, this is an ideal mode if you want to use, you can write it down, if you want to use it for above the shoulder area. Okay, this is the safest mode you can use. The second mode is the high power mode, which is my favorite one because it delivers the punch to target serious health issues caused by viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. Microgen ensures that you can safely apply these high power frequencies without injury. So you don't have to worry that, okay, it is high power mode. It could be, difficult for my body. So don't worry about that. HEVA or the Microgen is smart enough to handle that issue. Okay, so it is controlling the current, as I said earlier. Also, it has current monitoring ability. So if you want to use for right treatment, you want to deliver high power to the body to destroy the pathogens, then you can go ahead with the high power mode safely. And high power mode is not supposed to be used above the shoulders. What about the software of Microgen? Software for Microgen is basically free to download. Yes, you heard it right. It is free to download, and that is the beauty of Microgen is, you have the entire database of around 50,000 programs and then given free to you. Okay. And then if you use a Mac, you need to install Windows for Mac. As I said earlier, the software is very simple to operate. It is very simple to get the job done, get the treatment. What you have to do is just connect Microgen to the computer. Of course, that is done by using the USB port. So we connect the Microgen to the computer, turn the generator on, select your treatment programs, and then transfer programs to the Microgen, and that is how it continues. So basically, you heard it right. You have to connect it to the computer only once. Okay, you have to connect it to the computer only once. Why you have to connect it? Because that is how you will be transferring programs once, and then it works as standalone, right? So you have to transfer the programs into Microgen. programs can be anything, and then you can run the Microgen standalone. You don't need computer after that. After the transfer has been done, you have to connect the suitable TENS cable and start using the device. Okay. Now, what are the package contents once you purchase Hiva? Basically, what you get is you get a Microgen main unit. That is a device. You can see it's so portable here. You get a lanyard using which you can hang it around your neck. And then you get these TENS pad. You get 3 pairs, I guess you get 3 pairs or so. Microgen TENS pad. Then you get a user manual. You get a USB cable, that is a charging cable. It's a type C connector, let me tell you. And then you get a low power cable. The low power cable you see here, it's a yellow colored cable. Then you get the high power cable, and you get a portable case. So I think Hiva is also Hiva team has also launched some custom cases. You can have a look on their website. I'll be sharing the link of the website at the end of the webinar. So they have really given some customized cases, perhaps $30 each, if I'm not wrong. So another beautiful addition to the Hiva. Please go ahead and check out that also. So now getting to the major part of the presentation today, I'll be talking about the hardware and software. So let us know what are the specifications of the hardware. So the first one is Hiva provides you one output channel. Okay, so there is one output channel, and then it provides you output short circuit protection. So if the pads get shorted somehow by mistake or whatever, don't worry about it. It does have the short circuit protection. Then what's the maximum output current? Many people have asked me on the group. The maximum output current it gives is 20 milliamps. Of course, the maximum output current changes as you change the power level. The maximum frequency range or the entire frequency range starts from as low as 1 microhertz to 2 megahertz. Okay, and the resolution is up to 6 decimal places, so it is 1 microhertz resolution. And you see here the amplitude maximum limits. You can see here, this is a very important point indeed. At if you are going for the power level number 5, so it gives you 60 volts, and the maximum frequency goes to 200 kilohertz. At 40 volts, it is capable of giving you 200 kilohertz to 500 kilohertz. 30 volts, it gives you 500 kilohertz to 1 megahertz. And at 20 volts, it can give you 1 megahertz to 2 megahertz. So these are its bandwidths, I should call it, frequency bandwidth for different voltages. So Hiva manages it smartly. We don't have to worry about what is happening in these intensity levels. So Hiva software automatically manages all that. So what is a hardware operation? So let us start with the hardware operation. First thing is, if you want to charge Hiva, you can just straight away connect it to the USB port, and Hiva does not need to be turned on if you need charging. Is that clear? So HEVA can be connected directly to the USB port even if it is off. The battery keeps charging. So even if the HEVA is off, battery keeps charging. So you don't have to worry. That is what I do. You know, I keep it off, and then I keep it charged. You know, it continues charging, and then after 1 or 2 hours maybe I switch it off. So I know the HEVA is charged. When you turn it on, you will know all the 5 lights will be glowing, you know. So when the power has reached the level number 5, then there is no blinking in this. Okay, if the power if the battery is what you're checking, then it is 5 lights on. That's all. They will not be blinking. If microgen is turned on, the LEDs on the front of the microgen will flash, indicating the charge status. After 5 hours, the charge indication LEDs will automatically calibrate. So after 5 hours, you know, if you have charged it to up to 5 hours, then the LEDs automatically calibrate. But usually, because the battery is not big enough, it's 1200 mAh, so that charges quite quickly, as per my experience. So I keep it for 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Okay, then you have to press the power button for 2 seconds until the LEDs turn on. Fine. You see here the side view of the microgen. You see it's a 3.5 mm audio socket, the circular one. Here you have to plug in your TENS cable. Okay, this is the 3.5 mm audio socket. It's a common audio jack, followed by the charging port, which is a type C connector here, as I mentioned earlier. So it's the type C port here for charging. And then this is the reset button. We'll be discussing about it during the presentation today. This is the reset button. Okay, and then on the device here you find this square button. This is the top view of the device. You see this is the power button, and here you see 5 LEDs which indicate the intensity level and the power level of the device. So that's all you have on the microgen. And this is a rubber flap, silicon flap here. You can close it if you are not using HEVA, so that dust does not accumulate on the device. So what are the accessories? As I mentioned, yellow cable. As I said earlier, yellow cable is for low power application. Okay, and you can use it above the shoulders. You can use it above the shoulders. This is your low power cable. And the white cable is the high power cable. You can use it for blood purifier mode. You can use it for zapper mode. Okay, I should also add up here that we do not use yellow cable for blood purifier and zapper. Okay, we use only the white cable to do that job. So the blood purifier mode, zapper mode, high power frequency application, we use the white cable. What about the TENS pad? So TENS pad, these are self-adhesive, these are reusable, you know, and until their stickiness lasts, you can use this TENS pad. But once they stop sticking to your body, then you should change that. Take it as an indication to change the TENS pad. Okay, so once their gel dries, they lose their conductivity. So the size is just 2-inch square size, that is 2 inch by 2 inch. And then some people have asked on the group also, Facebook group, that what is the pin size. Pin size is 2 mm. Pin size is 2 mm. So there are two categories. If you see in the market also, in general, if you search for TENS pad, you will get, I think, 2 mm and 4 mm pin plugs. So Hiva needs 2 mm ones. Okay. So how do you place the TENS pad? You should try to keep them at least 5 centimeter apart. Getting to the details of the modes, this is a very important thing you all must know. That is the first mode. It is called the blood purifier mode. Okay, what is it basically? It is the popular Bob Beck blood purifier. uh, People separately purchase those things, but Hiva provides you so many modes in just one device. So blood purifier mode, basically it provides 27-volt DC signal across a chosen blood vessel. So people ask us, what could be the tentative pads position once you want to target the blood purification. Okay, so you can see in the image attached here, you have to put TENS pads across the blood vessel. Okay, so you can put TENS pad across the blood vessel here, and then you can keep it vertically also like this. Fine, it's either in the direction of the blood vessel or perpendicular to the direction of the blood vessel. The idea is, uh, there should be a good amount of blood movement in that area, so we keep it here. The TENS pad should be placed like this. Okay, so the DC signal provided by this blood purifier, it reverses the direction 7.8 times per second, which creates a 3.9 hertz biphasic AC signal. What is the recommended treatment time for blood purifier mode? Many people have asked me. The blood purifier mode has to be used for say 21 to 30 days. Target, keep it 1 month, 2 hours per day. Fine. And after 2 hours, you don't have to worry that, okay, today I used it for 4 hours by mistake, I forgot to turn it off. No, don't worry about it. The microgen smartly turns itself off. Once the blood purifier mode is done, it automatically turns off. So you don't have to worry. As I said earlier, you will be using white cable for the same. And then we start at the low power rating. What is the low power rating? That is, I mean, one LED is glowing and then it offers 10 volts. Okay, that is the low power rating. So once you check, that one intensity level is giving you good amount of voltage, or you feel sensations from the blood purification, then that is good. If you don't feel it, then you could increase the power by 1 every time. Fine. So gradually increase the power until 3 LEDs illuminate. That means 30 volts. If you find the power is too high, you can use a reduced power level, but treatments in general will not hurt. Okay, some people are sensitive to current, absolutely. So but usually the treatments do not hurt. Just give me a minute. Okay, So I'll go to the second mode, which is one of my favorite mode again. It's called the Hulda Clark Zapper. Please trust me when I say it differs greatly from the blood purifier mode. Okay, why it differs from the blood purifier mode is the voltage is less here. It's around 9 volts if I remember. That is the zapper mode. And then the signal here, unlike the blood purifier, does not reverse. And the frequency is way higher. Frequencies, I remember it is 30 kilohertz. It's 30 kilohertz here. And in blood purifier, it is 2.7 kilohertz, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Also, the protocol is different. The blood purifier mode runs for 2 hours in one session, whereas the zapper, you can write it down, this is a very important thing, zapper runs in 3 sessions. You don't have to worry about what is happening. The total session amounts to 63 minutes. It is divided into 7-minute session followed by a 21 minutes break. So it gives you 3 sessions with 2 21 minutes break. Okay, so 3 sessions of 7 minutes each, having 21 minutes break in between. That makes it 21 into 3, that is 63 minutes. Is that clear? So it gives you basically 21 minute sessions with a break of 21 minutes each, 2 such breaks. Okay, here again, as I mentioned, we use white power cable only, and then we start at the lowest power rating, which is one LED, which is 10 volts. Ideally, we keep the pads around the problem area. So if you have any pathogen issue to be handled, fine. Say if you have a problem around your abdomen area, then you could keep the TENS pads in around your abdomen area like this. These gray color circles, you can see these are the positions of the TENS pad. So the main idea is zapper mode. In zapper mode, you can keep the TENS pad around the problem area. Okay, so if you are having an issue, if you want to address the entire body, you want to address the pathogens in your complete body, then you could keep the TENS pad, one TENS pad at the right wrist, another one on the left ankle. So this targets your entire body, you know. Please understand one thing, that if you are going for the treatment, the current flows between the TENS pads. So if TENS pad you have placed like this in the second image, then the current is flowing like this. So you are targeting a larger portion compared to the previous scene. In the previous image you see here, only the area between the TENS pad is handled, so abdomen area you have handled. So like this you can keep it anywhere in your body below the shoulders. Once the 63-minute session is over in the zapper mode, then the microgen automatically turns itself off. Nothing to worry about. Okay, so you can feel safe. Now the low power mode. For the low power mode, please pay attention that it needs programs to be selected. It is not one button press. Okay, so you see here, you see blood purifier mode, zapper mode. Low power mode has been denoted by yellow dot. Yellow dot is to remind you that you have to use the yellow cable. Okay, that is the low power cable. So please understand, you have to use programs, or you have to copy programs into the Microgen now if you want to run the low power mode. So Microgen software once installed, we'll discuss about the software very shortly. Microgen has programs in the database specially developed for microcurrent applications. So if you go to the software and then just search for FSM, it will be showing you all the programs which have been designed for FSM mode. That is the frequency specific microcurrent mode. Okay, so it will be showing you the microcurrent programs here. Next, about the high power mode, like the low power mode, again in this mode you need programs to be selected, and the icon on the screen is denoted by a white circle. Okay, it's a white dot that reminds you that you have to use a white cable, not the yellow cable, please. There is the difference in the connections inside the cable. Okay, so you should be using only the white cable for high power mode, and only the yellow cable for the low power mode. Now the high power cable unleashes the full potential of Microgen to address serious health issues. High power mode is also known as the Rife mode, and it offers Rife style treatments. The Microgen software cleverly applies harmonics of the chosen frequencies to prevent any discomfort at low frequencies. So you don't have to worry. Usually the low frequencies offer, they give us some sting. They sting a bit, but nothing to worry about. The Microgen cleverly handles that issue, and you will not feel anything happening, no stinging, even at the low frequencies. Okay, so that is very simple. Okay, so now it's a question about I get many questions, Dr. Chopra, how do we update the firmware, why do we update the firmware, and stuff like that. So let me just tell you that firmware update, first of all, is recommended to resolve any bug issues from the previous version. Firmware update usually provides enhanced functionality to the hardware or its operation. What do I mean by the operation? I have given a very simple example, that we said that uh, the Microgen automatically turns off once the program is over, and this is valid for high power. This is valid for zapper and blood purifier mode. Okay, not the high power. It is valid for blood purifier and zapper mode. So many of you who have used HEVA must have noticed that there was some firmware update which came recently. I have also made videos for you all to learn how to update your firmware, and even the good instructions of the firmware update are provided along with the software even. So you will see that the hardware now switches off automatically once the blood purifier and zapper mode is finished. Okay, so that is what tells us about the firmware update. However, do not confuse this with the software update. Software update is the one, we keep installing the new Microgen software, right? So we go to the website, we download the software, and then we install the software. So basically the software update, when we use that word software update, it is associated with the software update, software of the microgen. Okay, it is not giving any additional capability to the hardware, to the device. It is giving some extra functionality to the software itself. I'll tell you what do I mean by that once I discuss the software. So as I said, the software update gives you enhanced software capability, or you can also call it, it gives you a very good GUI update, the graphical user interface update. So that is what the software update is all about. Next, I told you we'll be discussing about the reset button. So when do you need to reset the microgen, first of all? Okay, so resetting the microgen essentially means to bring down or reset the entire device. Fine, we all are ardent smartphone users these days, right? So everybody knows what is a factory reset, right? So you are, once you push the reset button, you are factory resetting the entire device. So it is done. When do you need to reset? How do you reset? First of all, let me tell you, I showed you there is a small hole in the HEVA microgen. I showed in one of the slides, earlier slides. Then you can take a pen, not very sharp pen, definitely. You can take a blunt pen, and then you can push it inside, and you will hear a click. It's a push. You will know when it is touched. Okay, so you can press that for a few seconds, and it would reset your device. So why do you need to reset? You need to reset in case your microgen is not recognized by the computer. If you persistently get this issue or any other issue which you are not able to find the solution for, you can go ahead with the resetting. But please take it as the last option. I would not suggest resetting unless you find a lot of problems with the device. Okay. As I said, once you reset, you are also resetting the firmware update. So if you say, Dr. Chopra, I press the reset button, but now my blood purifier and zapper mode, once they are done, the device does not turn off. So I would say you press the reset button. Okay. So you will have to reinstall, re-update the firmware. Okay. That is very simple. So going to the software operation now. So what about the software? Software is free, as I told you earlier. You have to go to the website mentioned here, heva.com. In that, you have to go to the software download, and then you have to download the software from here and then run the installer. Once the software has been downloaded, run the installer. If you're using an old version of Windows, you may need to unzip the downloaded file first. It's a very important point. So usually these days everyone is using Windows 7 or Windows 10, so should not be an issue. But still, for your information, you might have to unzip the file once you download. So once you have the software with you, you will be shown, once you double click the software, you will be shown the license agreement like this. You have to say yes and click next button, and then you have to decide where you want the installation to be done. You can accept either the default destination directory, okay, or you can choose a different installation location and then click next. So usually the software goes inside this folder, C drive, program files. Inside that there will be a microgen folder formed. Okay, so this is the default installation directory. So you can just click next. You can see here it is showing 52.4 MB spaces required. So it's a very compact software. So you can click next and then you finish the installation. If you want to launch the program, you can click launch button even, or you can launch it later. So once the microgen software is installed, let me tell you, I think it is not automatically creating the microgen execution icon. Okay, so what you have to do is go to the installation folder, that is C drive, program files, and microgen. Inside that there will be a microgen executable file. Okay, so that microgen executable file, the icon image, that image is basically the microgen or the HEVA image. Okay, that's the rectangular white color icon. It will be. You can right click on that icon and say send to desktop. Okay, I'm just telling you, this is additional thing you need to understand in case you find microgen icon is not present on the desktop. That is why. So you can just straight away right click the microgen icon and say send to desktop. It will create a shortcut onto the desktop. So now what you need to do is just double click that icon and then the software will load. The software window looks like this. You say that you see here there are hardly any buttons, nothing to get confused about. You will appreciate how simple it is to use the HEVA. You see here you have a play button, here you have a trash icon, here you have a save button, and there you go, here you see a looping button. I'll be discussing this shortly, and this is the menu bar here. We'll discuss about this in details now. Okay, so you see, once you open the software, you see next to the programs there are asterisk buttons, asterisk symbols here, right? What is the meaning of these asterisk marks here? The meaning of these is that these programs are preferred. These have been tested by sources, reputable sources, and these are likely to give you good returns. Okay, good positive results. So star mark means these have been tested and these are recommended programs. So that is one thing, important thing you need to understand. Second is that you see numbers here. In front of every program you see some numbers. These numbers are nothing but number of frequencies in each program. Fine. So say you have this bronchitis 1 program. So it is showing number 4 here. That means there are 4 frequencies which constitute this bronchitis 1 program. Fine. So that means there could be 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 300 hertz, and 400 hertz. So these are the 4 frequencies. So of course, the more the number of frequencies, the more the treatment time is going to be. The more the number of frequencies here, the more the treatment time is going to be. Fine. So what is the frequency duration? How much time the treatment is going to be, that you can see from here. This shows you the box here in which you can change the amount of duration per frequency will be run. Okay, so this is showing you the first box on the left hand side. This shows me that one frequency is going to run for 180 seconds. That means 3 minutes. And once you select a particular program, say we have selected bronchitis 1, so you can see here there are 4 frequencies and the runtime is 42 minutes. But please see here, this is cardiovascular disease is also added here. So the entire program is going to take 42 minutes. So these windows can tell you about those things. Okay, and you can manipulate the frequency per frequency duration. You can manipulate here. If I make it 600, then the runtime automatically scales up accordingly. So you see it becomes now 2 hours 20 minutes. Okay, so you can have a track on how much duration the program is going to run. That is simple to observe from this window. Now what about the software window? You know, at the bottom of the screen you will see 4 large buttons. These set the operating mode of Microgen. When you push any of these buttons, frequencies get transferred to the Microgen. Please pay attention. You have to connect the Microgen to the laptop. Okay, I have seen people they get confused with how to transfer the frequencies to the Microgen. You have to connect the Microgen to the laptop using the USB cable. Okay, once the connection has been established, the software has received or done the handshaking, I should call it in technical terms. The software has understood that HEVA has been connected, then you are ready to go. Then the transfer occurs very fast. So you see here, as I mentioned earlier to you, the low power cable icon here, it represents a yellow circle that tells us that you have to use the low power cable with the yellow color. Okay, that is for delivering the low power frequencies. And then the high power cable you will be using only for the other modes, blood purifier, zapper, and the high power mode. Okay, and you see here the blood purifier mode, you see the 120 minutes duration, and the HEVA automatically turns off after this. Zapper mode turns off after 63 minutes automatically. But low power and high power modes are little more tricky. I will tell you that shortly. How does the menu system look like? The menu system, at the top of the screen, in the menu, you see there are several options here. So I'm just showing you here the utils button here. In utils button, you will find there is install drivers, firmware update instructions, update firmware, test report. These are the 4 icons in the menu under the utils. Okay, what does every icon do here? So the programs or the refresh button, what it does is, if you, in case, if you add up your own program, you add some custom program, and then you want to see if the program has loaded. So you don't need to turn off the device. You don't need to uh, close the software. What you can do is simply press the refresh button and it will update the database. So you will see the counter running from 0 to 50,000 maybe, and then the entire database will reload. And there, if you search your new program, added program, you will see that program has been added now. Okay. Then the next one is the utils, where uh, you see the install drivers option, and the previous one, the refresh option was in the programs tab. I'll just show you here. This is the programs tab. If you click this, you will see refresh button here, and in the utils tab you will see install drivers. So what it does is, if you want to install or maybe reinstall the USB driver to your operating system, then you can click this. Fine. Then next is firmware update instruction. So in case if you have any doubt about how to update the firmware, you can simply click this button, firmware update instruction, and it will explain to you how to update the firmware. And even if you face any problem, don't worry. At the end of the webinar, I will give you the my YouTube video link. There you can see how to update the firmware even. So I've made a video for that purpose, so you can have a look at that also. Okay. So as I mentioned about the firmware, it's a software which is to control the microgen hardware, and it is recommended to update the firmware to the latest version. Bugs may have been found in the previous versions, and firmware update takes care of that. Okay, so it is highly suggested to upgrade firmware as and when needed. Next is you have to just click the update firmware button, which is for the firmware update. You can read the instructions again for that. Then finally is the most important button, that is the test report, which is actually needed when people have a doubt that microgen is working or not. So it provides useful information about the status of your microgen. Okay, so that is very important. Now, how do we check the microgen? So as I said, you can use the test report button, and then you can generate a test report of the microgen. But please understand, this report causes microgen to produce a low frequency at maximum power. So as I mentioned to earlier, low frequency signals sting you more. So what microgen team has done is they have added this test report option so that you get a very low frequency signal at maximum power. So that means what? You will be getting a very good painful signal. So if you want to have it, you can have it, but I don't like it. So I am happy with the test report. So once you click the test report, you will get this small window here. You see the green tick marks here. It says firmware version 1.21. Then it says handshake pass. Handshake pass means the laptop or the computer system has recognized the microgen and both are communicating well, like how beautifully we both myself and you are communicating. Okay, so that is what is meant by handshaking. So handshaking pass, then output voltage, that is 60.26 volts. So this should be the power level number 5. So that means the device has been set to operate at intensity level number 5. So that is what it is showing you. And it is showing you the status of your HEVA battery. Okay, the HEVA battery seems to be at 4 volts right now. So that is what is the test report. So this is very important to understand. So when I discussed about the software window, there I showed you, I'll be discussing this button late, So this button here you see in the software window, it is a very important button to understand. Especially this is required in low power and high power modes. Okay, so you see here there are two modes. Does it offers, the HEVA offers you two modes. One is the continuous loop mode, and this is by default. What do I mean by this? Continuous loop mode, which is default. What do I mean by this is that if you are running low power mode and high power mode, if you see this icon on the screen on the software window, then this means that once, say you have loaded a 1 hour program, okay, any program, low power or high power, then the program is going to loop back once it is over. So if 1 hour is finished, the program is automatically going to start from the first frequency you have loaded. Is that fine? The program is automatically going to start from the first program you have loaded. So if we go to the previous window where I showed you cardiovascular diseases, then bronchitis, say this program lasts for 1 hour. If you have the continuous loops selected, then the HEVA, after running bronchitis 1, is going to run back the cardiovascular diseases once 1 hour is finished. Okay, so please pay attention to that. And single run mode is, once you click this icon again, you are going to see this button, this icon. This tells us that program is going to end, or the HEVA is going to be turned off after 1 hour of treatment. So HEVA will automatically turn off. Please pay attention that this will not hold good in zapper and blood purifier mode, which automatically turn off. Okay, but in low power and high power mode, where you add your programs, there you have this option of running modes. So what about searching a program in the database? How do we search for a program in database? We turn on the software. Okay, we launch the software, and then we go to the search window. Here you see the lens icon here, and this is the search bar. Here I type, say, influenza, and then once I type influenza and press the search icon, I am shown here the entire notes of the disease and what it is caused by, what is the virus associated, all the very good encyclopedia entry you will find here. Okay, so once you load the software of the Microgen, it shows you, it loads the encyclopedia. You would have noticed it loads the encyclopedia, and then that encyclopedia is called upon by the software here. So you get the entire details about the issue and what all can be done with it. Okay, now how do you select the programs? Once I have searched for the programs, now how do I select the programs? So please understand, we are talking about only the low power and high power modes here, because in these two modes only you need to select the programs, as I mentioned earlier to you. So what we do is, say we search for some FSM programs, and then I want these programs here, acidity to active tuberculosis. So I select them all. You can press the shift key. If you have sequential programs to be selected, you can press shift key and then you can select all the programs at once, or you can press the control key and select one by one. That is up to you. Okay, or even just select one by one all the programs. So once you double click, they get added to their on the right side window, or you select this and press the play button as shown in the image, and you can select all the desired programs. Once you select these, the programs get loaded to the right hand side screen. And you may ask, Dr. Chopra, how many frequencies can be added? I would say less than 1,000 frequencies. Please pay attention to this. It is 1,000 frequencies. It is not 1,000 programs. Is that clear to you? It is 1,000 frequencies, not 1,000 programs. So if acidity has 9,000, pardon me, if acidity has 999 frequencies in one program itself, then only one program you can add more, okay, at max, which should be having one frequency at max. That is what the meaning of 1,000 frequencies is. So it is not programs, it is frequencies. So once you load these frequencies, you will see on the right window all the programs will be loaded and you can run. How do you deselect any program? If say by mistake we load a program which we don't need, then what you can do is you can double click that program on the right hand side window, not on the left hand side, please. Left hand side is for loading, and on the right hand side, if you double click, you are going to unload that program or deselect that program. Okay, and if you want all the programs to be removed, then you would have to click the trash can button here. But what if I want to create a custom program? I want, say, I want cold 1 to cold 6. I want all these programs as a single program. I don't want to, say if we are having this practice every time we have to load these many programs, you would like to make them a single program. So what we'll do is we will select all these programs, load them onto the right window here. You see they have loaded, and then you see a floppy button. It's a floppy button. You can click this button and you can save your program. Once you click that button, you will be shown this window. You can add your name here, anything you can add. So we have added, say, John Cold programs. And the second window, you don't need to worry. This box, this shows you the loaded frequencies. And if still you want to add any other frequency, perhaps you can add here. Okay, you can add after comma. Then this is the program description. So it will be loaded once you select the John Cold program. The entire details will be visible to you. Once you have done this, you are happy with the data you have entered here, you can click the save button and then you can exit. Now, once you have exited, you want to know that the program has successfully been saved or not. So once you have done that, what you should do is you should go to the programs tab and then click refresh. As I said earlier, once you click refresh, the entire database will get loaded again. And then you can search for the program name. Say we have searched for John. So you will see John Cold programs here. And then on the right hand side you will see these are the these are the programs which have been loaded. Okay, so that is what you have done here. Cold 1, cold 2, all this got loaded automatically. So this shows what are the programs loaded. Now, talking about the custom programs, another very powerful thing what you can do with Hiva is, please have a look at the current slide. Another powerful thing you can do with Hiva is you can add any wavelength frequency. Okay, if I want, say, I'm giving you a very simple example. If I want the energy of the red light, if I want the energy of red color light, so many of you, you know, who will be working with color therapy maybe. So even I found this interesting. If you want a red light wavelength on your body, then simply you can save uh, using this convention. You can type L and followed by X. What is X? X is the wavelength in nanometers. So say if I want to save 654 nanometers, you know, this one, last examples of special characters here. So these are the special characters you can use to add any particular wavelength. So if you want to add, say, 654 nanometer to the program, then you have to write L654 and save it as a program. Okay, so what you will be what Hiva will be doing is it will be converting this wavelength 654 to the frequency, and then it will be delivering the same to your body. Next beautiful thing you can do is you can add any molecular weight frequency to Hiva. How do you do that? You have to enter the prefix capital M followed by the monoisotopic molecular weight in gram per mole. Okay, so you see here below I've given the example. So M47219, that is the molecular weight frequency I am looking for. So what Hiva will do is, the molecular weight in this case is 47219 gram per mole. So you can add that, make it as a custom program, and get the benefits of this particular molecular weight, this particular molecule into your body. Similarly, if you want to add base pair frequencies within a genome, so you can use this command, which is B, capital B, followed by the number of base pairs within a genome. People from bio side will be able to appreciate this point. Second, if you want to add circular base pair frequencies, so you have to do this BC followed by the number of base pairs within a circular genome. Similarly, for linear base pairs, you have to do capital BL followed by the number of base pairs within a linear genome. Okay, so that is so simple it is to add these frequencies into the microgen and get the benefits of them. How do you delete any custom programs? That's another important point. Say if you have added some wrong frequencies, or you do not wish to use that particular custom program what you had made, or you found some mistake in the program, how do you delete the custom program? It's very simple. You have to just highlight that program. Once you search that program, you have to highlight that program and then right click. That's all you need to do. If you right click, you will get the option of deleting. You can delete the program and press yes. Having said that, it is important to know that only custom programs can be deleted that way. You cannot delete the programs which automatically came with the software. Okay, these are the factory programs, you cannot remove them. That's all for today's presentation. I kept it as simple as possible from my side, so that you people get inspired with this new wonderful device. And I'm always excited to share something new with you all, and this is a really good healing modality, I'm telling you. So please go ahead. These are some useful links I have provided here. All these videos you will find on my YouTube channel. The channel details I'll give you in the next slide. So if you wish to have any technical clarity, you can contact Penny. You can contact at support@hiva.com. You can go to the website, and then you find many useful videos I have made for Hiva, so that you people can start using Hiva very easily. So I have made a video for saving and running programs in Hiva from Spooky software. So the Spooky latest software allows you to even start saving database directly from the Spooky software into the Hiva. So I have made video for that. You could copy the biofeedback scan results from the Spooky software to the Hiva, and you can do other things also. Then I have talked about technical look into the various modes of Hiva. Then I have shown there how to upgrade a Microgen firmware. I have shown how do you import the DH frequencies and the terrain protocol into the Microgen using a wonderful script, wonderful software written by Pranadeva. I really appreciate his effort for making this particular software. And then I've shown the features and details of Hiva in details in another video.